Hey, everybody. I forgot to take myself out of there, didn't I? Hope y'all weren't watching me the whole fucking time that was playing. How y'all doing? What's up, everybody? Did you guys have a good few days? It's been fucking hot. I'll tell you that. It's hot, 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 hot out here. And my air's about to freeze up. So I turned it off to give it a rest. Because I'd rather turn it off at this time of day than at 12 noon when it's bearing down. That fucking sun is no joke. Let me tell y'all. Because it's just, oh man. Anyway, so how y'all doing? Everybody have good? I know Uncle did yard work. And I was talking to Missy too yesterday and today. And I know Steven's fucking burning up. That fucking heat, man. And here's the thing. Winter, y'all know I prefer the cold. Winter goes like that. It's like you blink and it's gone. Hi, Rita. You blink and fucking winter is gone. But summer is here for 8 fucking months. Hi, Spirit Stalker. How are you doing? Oh, okay. Y'all. What's it called? I can't think of what it's fucking called now. There is this thing. It's a new show. And you go into, it's almost like a movie theater, okay? But emotions or anyway, I don't remember what exactly it's called, but when I see it again, I will send it to all of y'all. You go and God, how do I even explain it? You go into a theater and you sit in your seats, right? And it's almost like you're in it's like the video, like the movie it's like you're in the movie. It's not where the seat moves, but the whole entire place is the video, the movie. And you almost feel like you're sitting in the middle. And there's this music playing and there's like hypnotizing stuff. And I want to go. There's one in Gainesville, y'all. The girls need to go. It's only $27.50 for a ticket. Yes, ma'am. The girls need. I love an IMAX theater. Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking that it's kind of like. And an IMAX theater does not move its chair, but you wear 3D glasses, like those Mac Daddy ones, not just those little paper things that you usually get. But you don't wear glasses for this thing. As soon as I find it, I'm going to send it to all of y'all and show you guys what I'm talking about. And we need to have, like, we need to pick a night where we can all meet. We'll just get a hotel somewhere for one night. We all go to Gainesville. We all go to this thing. We'll go have dinner, get a couple drinks, go to this, and go back to the hotel. And we all go home the next fucking morning. That is a quick overnight little thing. I think that would be a fucking blast. Yeah. $27 and change for a ticket. That is not bad at all for that. That's what I'm saying. We could just get a whole bunch of people together. Like we'll get the girls. We'll all meet. Me and Annie. I was in our pool today with my son, and we had a giant inflatable dino. Well, it was fun. Try to wrangle that beast. Oh, that sounds like a great time. I don't have a pool, but if I get hot enough, I'll go sit in my damn pigs' pools with them. I've done that. I sure have done that. I will literally go and just lay sideways through the pool while they're sitting in the pool to cool off. I've done it. I'm not afraid to lay in their pool with them. But there's time, like Thursday, it's scheduled to be 102 degrees here Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, Thursday. Or 101, whatever it was on the weather thing. I sent it to a couple of y'all. I took a snapshot of it. I think I sent it to Missy and Uncle. Anyway, Jesus, you watch. I'm going to have that hose right over the fucking head, and I'm going to be laying in the damn pool with them. How much you want to bet? It don't matter. It's a pool, and I'm jealous. Very jealous. And we were just talking about Texas. Hold on. I wrote it down. There is a hotel in Texas that I was told about. Hold on a minute. And it's real close to the Alamo Spirit Stalker. The Menger Hotel. Have you heard of that? Apparently that's super haunted. And apparently it's really close to the Alamo. So please tell me you've either been there. Yes, that's what they said. MENGER. Yes, ma'am. If you haven't been, go. And then when I come over there, you can fucking take me with you. Or we'll just stay there when we go to the Alamo. Have you been there? If you've been there, I'm just going to be even more jealous. Next to Emily Morgan. Is that another hotel? See, I'm keeping this because when I get to Texas, I'll know what to do. What is the Emily Morgan? You've been to Menger Hotel. Okay. Emily Morgan. Hold on. I'm writing this down. This is Emily. Is that a hotel? Been to both. What the fuck is Drury? Drury. I know Drury Lane because that's where the gingerbread man lives. Drury Lane? Is Drury a town in Texas? Because I'm writing all this down. These are Texas. When I get to Texas. Isn't there a TikTok? There's a fucking TikTok about where the gingerbread man lives in Black Swan. Hold on. Black Swan. Black Swan. Magnolia. Shit. Okay, hold on. Magnolia. In Seguin. And then Yorktown Hospital. Ooh. Spirit Stalker, grow a pair and come on as my guest for Texas, please. Muffin Man. He lives on. Thanks so much for bursting my bubble, Missy, because I thought it was the Muffin Man lived on Drury Lane. I, however, am going to get started on some Iowa hauntings. Okay. The first one is called the Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca. Now, I hope I'm saying this right. It's Villisca. Villisca. Okay. This was built in 1868. It originated as a modern farmhouse for local resident George Loomis. George Loomis loved his home and lived peacefully and sold it in 1903 to Josiah Moore. Now, you guys might have heard of this house before. And I think I might have I'm not sure if it's the same house that I was thinking of, but I've heard of this. I think it is, though. Anyway, in June of 1912, Josiah, his wife Sarah, their 4 children, and 2 of their daughter's friends were brutally murdered, each hacked to death by an axe. Before fleeing the scene, the killer covered all the mirrors in the house, placed garments over the bodies. Did you really? Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention over here. You did dead files in Texas? Can you please tell me which ones you went to? Josh, you need to message me because I'm doing each fucking state. Anyway, okay. You did a dead files on this house in Iowa right now that I'm talking about. We're going to be talking, mister. All right. You need to come over here to the podcast. You need to follow my link and come to the podcast right now. Come on. Come so they can see your comments over there. Okay. Before fleeing the scene, the killer covered all the mirrors, placed garments over the bodies, washed up, made himself a snack, and then disappeared into the night. Well, please, I copied this from what I read today. So if it's wrong or you need to add some, please do. Okay. It was the neighbor. I left a lot of drug out stuff out. Okay. It was their neighbor who noticed that something was off and went over to check on them. She couldn't get anyone, so she contacted Josiah's brother. So he went over and found this gruesome scene. I don't know what the snack was. What was the fucking snack? Okay, so he went over and found a gruesome scene. After stumbling over the bodies of the Stillinger girls, which I believe were the little girls' friends that were having a sleepover. Excuse me, he called the cops. Now, an alert call went out informing the entire town of the murders. Now it's turned this crime scene into an absolute circus. People showed up in droves, staring at the bodies, handling the murder weapon, and some even took pieces of Josiah's skull as a souvenir. Nothing was stolen, apparently, and it appeared the house was still in order, other than the hackings. Every room and every bed had a hacked body in it. There was no forensic testing back then, and with tons of people in the crime scene, this investigation was doomed from the beginning. It appeared someone was possibly hiding out in the barn, waiting for the family to come home. Excuse me. Several suspects were named, but no one was actually convicted of this crime. And to this day, it remains unsolved and still holds more questions than answers. People can visit this on a daily basis. And it can also be investigated by paranormal hunters or by themselves or whatever. You can go just for the day. You can take a tour, or you can stay overnight, from what I understand. I don't need all the research on this because I'm not going to do Iowa again, but I'll watch the episode. I would like to watch the episode, please. Anyway, now it's claimed that the doors slammed shut if someone leaves them open. Apparently, the spirits get mad if you leave the doors open. People feel the chilly spots, and people have been touched, scratched, and pinched. People have reported hearing children laughing and playing with toys in their rooms that are empty. There is a cemetery in the back that all 8 people that were murdered there is buried back there. And people claim they see the shadows and mists all the time moving around over where that cemetery is in the backyard. That's all I have for that. But yes, I would really like to watch that. If you would like me to send you my email or whatever, I will. You don't want to send it on here. Hi, Rumpa. I was just talking about you a little while ago. Do you? Okay, you have my phone number too? Hello, Rumpa. We were just talking about you, and we were just saying how excited we were that you were coming. Because you get to meet Rita and Teddy and Julie. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on now. If you know the other ones, Josh, please say. This one, I don't know if I'm saying this right. It's Farrer Schoolhouse, Farrar. Farrer or Farrer, I guess. This was built in 1921 and was the Township Consolidated School. It consolidated several one-room schoolhouses in the area. 2 construction workers were accidentally killed during the construction of this in 1920. Scaffolding had come loose and actually fell and landed on top of them, and it killed them right there on the scene. The school closed in 2002, and it started to crumble. It was bought in 2006 by Jim and Nancy Oliver. It was their home while they slowly restored it to their original appearance. The Olivers claim that there is a little boy spirit that stands on the stairs near where the gym was. They say he will walk back and forth and run up and down the stairs like he's playing. I did the M's already, didn't I? What the fuck am I on? H-I, yes. H-I-J-K-L-M. I didn't do Missouri yet. Send all that to me. I didn't do Missouri. I did Massachusetts and I did Michigan. Michigan and Massachusetts, I believe I've done because they were requested and I went out of order. But I haven't done Missouri. Okay. There is a younger girl in one of the old classrooms who wears a long frilly dress and has curly shoulder-length hair. They said that when she is near, you will hear a child giggling. So they say if you hear the child giggling, turn around and she's going to be there. The former janitor, Bill Webb, has claimed that he would clean and close up the gym at night. And when he would come in the next morning, all the lights would be on, all the basketballs would be lying in the middle of the basketball court, and the floor mats would be scattered around on the floor as well. He also said that he would hear people talking in the gym while he was there all by himself. People claim that there are several black shadow figures just outside the old principal's office. A little boy is seen exiting the closet in room 206. Voices, laughing, talking, playing, footsteps, all can be heard all over the building. Doors will slam shut and reopen. Orbs, mists, and a 9-foot tall shadow roams the halls of the 3rd floor. In one of the rooms on the third floor, the children's balls are known to roll around on their own like the children are playing with them. Be quiet, Rumpa. I already know what's coming. A paranormal team said they heard music playing, but they could not figure out where it was coming from. So I'd go there. I'd absolutely go there and investigate. There's also a restaurant in Nova Scotia where all the Titanic bodies were housed. No shit. But then where'd they put them? Like, they were housed for how long? Or were they left abandoned? Or were they... After the bodies were rescued, they were housed there. But were they left there? Were they picked up? Or did they get shipped off to their families once they found out who they were? All right, the next one I have is called the Franklin Hotel, and this is in Strawberry Point, Iowa. Now, this was built in 1854 by an Indian businessman, Alexander Blake Jr. It's nestled in the main section of town by Highway 3 and Highway 13. When these roads were still made from mud and dirt, stagecoaches hauled passengers from place to place. Stagecoach travel was then replaced by trains and then automobiles. It was redone, modernized, and made bigger. Travelers still frequented as well as highway workers. Over the years, it was used for various things. It was a laundromat, a local newspaper, a barber shop, and an event venue, like weddings and, Now, in 1989, Chris and Doug Schmidt bought the Franklin. They lived in the building while they restored it. Since they've been working, one night while Doug was working alone in the lobby, a woman started walking towards the dining room. He called out to her that it was closed, but she ignored him and kept walking in there. She didn't come out for a while, so he decided to go look for her and found her sitting at a table, waiting to be waited on. The dining room was completely empty. No lights were on. He walked towards her and she disappeared into thin air. He looked around. She was gone. She wasn't in the hallway. She was nowhere to be found. He thought he had lost his mind. He knew he just saw a lady wearing a lavender gown. I bet it is. Chris's mom, the mother-in-law, was staying with them to help them out. She went to Doug and told him that this couple came in and sat down. This couple came in and was sat a while. She thought they were passing through. And she said the lady came over to her and told her that she was a psychic. She explained that the spirit of a woman just approached her at her table and told her that she lived here in the past, and told her that the mirror in the room she lived in has been moved and that she wasn't happy about it. Well, the mother-in-law didn't know anything about it. Now, she went and told Doug what this psychic said. And Doug was like, oh, shit. He remembered that they rearranged some rooms and they had, in fact, moved some mirrors. It's not certain. It wasn't certain at that time which room the spirit was speaking of, since they rearranged several rooms and moved the mirrors. Since then, many guests have said that a female has followed them around and complains about a mirror on the wall. One guest, who was blind, asked the front about the female employee who wanted to move his mirror. He could hear her very well, he just couldn't see her, being that he was blind. He said that he told her, "Look, I'm blind. I can't see in the mirror anyway, so yeah, you can take it." And he said that his name was Leo. I'm sorry, his name was Leo. And he said that she introduced herself as Lily. Other guests have claimed that they were getting tapped on the shoulder while sitting at the bar. Strange, unexplained feelings are felt in the basement. Plates are known to being tossed around in the kitchen when nobody's there. Ghostly singing can be heard from a woman throughout the hotel. Electrical malfunctions occur daily in certain rooms. Clothes that are hung up in closets seem to start to flutter and then fall on the floor. Okay. Talking, chattering can be heard that sounds like a large group of people, but nobody's around, nobody's there, and they don't know where it's coming from. So that's what I've got from there, and I would absolutely go there too. I want to find out who Lily is. Now, the next one I have is called the Cresco Theater and Opera House. This is in Cresco. This opened in 1915, and it replaced the older Lyric Hall. It was built to accommodate both live performances and the emerging film industry, featuring a projection booth for movies. Y'all remember the fucking movie projectors? Remember? We'd go to the movies, and then it would start, and then you'd hear it up there just a spinning, and they'd have to run up and fix it and all that. So, yeah, that's funny. Anyway, the Lyric Hall opened in 1875. It was the first known theater in Cresco. It showed its first movie with a projector in 1900. It has grown over the years, been improved and modernized. It's been upgraded to new digital projectors, servers, and the huge surround sound. It still hosts live music, movies, and community events. But even when they're closed and nobody's there, it's not quiet. Visitors and staff have witnessed what appear to be the ghosts of vaudeville performing on stage. You will see spirits, orbs, mist, and shadows appear, and people have watched them dance. There is another lone spirit that is seen sitting in the theater when the lights are off, and if anyone tries to approach it, he disappears. Excuse me. There are several more spirits throughout and down in the basement. Electrical disturbances occur a lot here, and you will always hear odd sounds, voices, singing, humming, and what sounds like someone is tap dancing, all when the place is empty. I believe the tap dancing. I tap danced for a short time, and that is a very distinct sound. All right. Now, this is called the Edinburgh Manor in Scotch Grove. This was built in 1850. It was initially designed to be a courthouse, but plans changed and instead turned into a comfortable retreat for the poor. It's where the poor, disabled, and insane lived and farmed the land in return for room and board. Back then, farming was a dangerous task, and many accidents and deaths resulted in a cemetery where 80 former residents are buried back there. In 1910, it was redone and reopened to house the elderly, disabled, and the extreme mental illness patients. They're permanently closed down in 2010. Today, it's open for tours and overnight stays. But be careful, you will not be alone. The ghosts of Edinburgh Manor only walk the halls at night. During the day, people have heard giggling and footsteps, but the spirits don't make themselves seen until after dark. There is a lot of spirits here, especially the Joker. He's known to be the violent one. Now, the first floor, there is a sweet, playful girl. She sings, laughs, and prances through the halls. She will play with the toys in room 106. She's called Susie. She told a paranormal team that she was just dropped off there. The other spirit on this floor is of a man. He lives in room 121, but he walks back and forth between there and room 108. It's believed this man committed suicide in what currently known as the janitor's closet. He hanged himself with a sheet from the inside. Room 105 is a room where most claim to have a bad feeling. This is where a brutal rape occurred. EVPs, videos, and more activity have been caught on this floor. On the second floor, the current owner spent the night in room 200. He said something kept squeezing his big toe. Later, his nephew and friend investigated that room and they got an EVP saying, "I grabbed you." A woman dressed in a white dress has been seen at the top of the staircase quite often. She disappears once she realizes someone has seen her. My brother was getting stuff out of the laundry room. A white mist is often seen near the ceiling at the exact same location. In room 204, a toy fire truck will move on its own and its siren will go off. It even shows up in other rooms, but only stays on this floor. In the basement. The basement is haunted by two males. One is a tall man wearing a cowboy hat and a long duster coat. The basement door always slams shut. This is also where the Joker resides. He's the most famous ghost here. He's described as a tall, slender man with a crazy smile on his face. He wanders through all the halls, but is most often seen in what used to be the padded room. He committed suicide in this room by hanging himself. Perhaps this is why every time he is around or is seen, people claim they feel like they can't breathe, and marks have actually showed up around people's neck. I don't think I'd like to go there. I mean, I'd go on the first and second floor, but I don't think I'd want to go in the basement because y'all know I'm a ghost hunter now, but I don't want to deal with like mean things or like evil stuff. I'm not gonna do the evil stuff. That's not gonna happen. No. The Klondike Motel, and this is in Manila. Now, this was built in 1897 by H.J. Kopak. It served as a lodging for railroad passengers and their crews, especially the ones with overnight layovers. It later became the Park Hotel in 1903. It's known for its unique features, including transom windows. I don't know what a transom window is. I didn't look it up. Transom, transom windows, original room numbers, and the original furniture. No, yeah. An addition was built on in 1905 and was listed on the National Register of Historical Places in 1996. Visitors and paranormal groups have reported capturing flickering lights, rocking chairs rocking on their own, and a communication with a female spirit named Ella. A lot have reported capturing evidence with devices like REM pods, K2 meters, and cameras. Ella will come through clearly on EVPs. The spirits communicate with flashlights and other equipment as well. People who stay upstairs always ask me if they could be moved to another room or if they can leave. They claim they feel a lot of head pressure and all of a sudden get a splitting headache. They said when they come down the stairs, the headache goes away and they feel fine. It's not confirmed of what deaths have occurred at this location as of now. And that's what, the Klondike? I'd go there, but I'd want to be trying to find the history. Like, I couldn't find any more. I couldn't find much more information about it because they don't have, like, even the current owners don't have any of that prior past history. I would want to know, like, who died in this house? Like, did somebody die here? What room? What did they die of? I want to know. So I'd be trying to find out all that information from them if I could. All right. The next one is called Matthias Ham House in Dubuque, Iowa. Built in 1839 by Matthias Ham. He lived here with his wife and 3 children. His first wife passed away in the house in 1856. He was a widow for a while and added on to the house a bedroom in the back. Now, he married a second time, and then they had 2 children. By the 1890s, most of the family died off. His daughter, Sarah, lived alone now in this big mansion. One night, she was reading up in her third floor bedroom, and she heard noises and footsteps downstairs. She called out, "Who's there?" And they didn't answer. Well, she apparently had a deal with the neighbors, since she lived there all alone, that if she was ever in distress or anything was going on, she was to take the lamp and put it in the window. So if they see the lamp in the window, they know to come and check of what's going on. But apparently the lamp in the window was to let the neighbors know to come over. Okay. So she got up. I'm sorry. She was reading up in her third floor bedroom, and she heard noises and footsteps downstairs. She called out, "Who's there?" But nobody answered. So she got up and she locked her bedroom door and she armed herself with her gun. She could hear the footsteps coming towards her room, aggressively running up the stairs, and they stopped outside her door. She again yelled, "Who's there?" And there was no answer. So she shot her gun twice through the door. So the neighbors rushed over. They saw her lamp in the window, and they rushed over to check on her and found a man lying dead. It was later learned that he was a pirate captain that had come to kill her father, not knowing that he died already. The dead pirate is still there and is said to attempt to harm people. He throws things at people, he'll scratch them, push them, and you will hear his heavy footsteps running up and down the stairs. Matthias himself and his daughter Sarah still reside there. He sits in the rocking chair all the time. The light on the table turns on and off at certain times, the table next to the rocking chair. Sarah still stays in her third floor bedroom. Books will be moved around, and sometimes the lamp gets placed in the window. That's fucking cool. I'd stay there too. The next place is called the Squirrel Cage Jail. And this is in Council Bluffs, Iowa. And this is also known as the Potawatomi. I don't know if I'm saying that's right. Potawatomi or Potawatomi County Jail. It's a unique 3-story rotary jail. This was built in 1885 and was one of only 18 revolving door jails constructed in the late 19th century. And only this one is the only one left out of all 18. It operated until 1969 and has since been a museum. This one is very short. I don't have a lot of information. Oh. Yeah, okay. This place has 4 documented deaths. This includes a prisoner who died of a heart attack. Another fell 3 stories while attempting to carve his name in the ceiling. A suicide by hanging, and an accidental shooting of a jailer officer during a 1932 riot. Some infamous inmates that resided here are 1, the mass murderer Jake Bird, a transient who may have killed up to 46 people using either a hatchet or an axe. He spent 31 years in prison between this place, Michigan, and Utah. The other famous inmate is Charles Noel Brown. He went on a 3-day drunken murder spree and was eventually the last man hanged in Iowa in 1962. His noose is still on display at this museum. These 2 inmates are said to still reside there, and they linger as shadows. Them along with the 4 that died here. People hear odd sounds daily. They can hear the noise of the metal doors spinning. It doesn't move at all, but the metal on metal as it turns, you can hear it. People hear the cell doors opening up, yelling, fighting, keys dangling, and what sounds like metal food trays banging on brick walls. Okay, so I looked it up. So they did a rotary jail to help people okay, how do I explain it? It's to help for where people can't escape, and where they could have 1 guard working at a time. So you don't have to have 3 or 4 guards. You can work with 1 guard. So all around the outside of the rooms are the cells, and the middle spins. So there's one door and it spins to whatever cell needs to open. So say opens cell door 4. So it spins to cell door 4 and then it opens and then the guard can get him and he's in there and it goes down or up or whatever the fuck way to get him out. So yeah. And so that they can't sleep either. So, and this is the only out of the 18 that was built. This is the only one that was 3 stories, apparently. But yeah, so that's that's it. I don't know why they didn't make more of those. I couldn't find a video of the thing actually working. But like I saw pictures of the indoor cell. The cells are on the outside, and then that thing spins on the inside, and then that door goes to that cell number, and then that guard deals with that inmate. And there was the second and the third floor, and then the bottom floor was, I guess, I don't know what the fuck. It didn't say exactly what floor was what. But anyway, it spins and takes it to the door. So that way one guard can work at a time. And like one guard don't have to get attacked by 5 guards walking up to go get another guard. You see what I mean? The inmates. But yeah, so it made sense. I could see that causing being a lot of money though, to like what happens? What happens if that thing malfunctions and the guard is in the middle of a fucking thing with him? Like, what happens if it gets stuck and somebody's stuck in the middle with the thing closed? If the guard's in the middle, right? And it gets stuck. It's like an elevator getting stuck, right? Wouldn't it be? That's what I'm thinking it would be like. And it breaks down and you're stuck there. All these inmates are looking at you and you got to go to the bathroom. Like, I wouldn't like that. I don't think I'd like that very much. Because you can't tell me that thing didn't malfunction, or whatever the word it is, Yeah. There ain't no, I don't like it, the sound of it, but it makes sense to have if it actually works. So, all right, the last one I have is called the Mason House Inn, and this is in, I have no idea how to pronounce this, Keosauqua. Oh, I know you would, Rumpa. Or Keosauqua. It's a Q. Keosauqua. So I don't know how to say that. Keosauqua is what I'm going to say. This was built in 1846 as a lodging for steamboat travelers. It's still open today as a bed and breakfast. Bread and breakfast. It's been used as a hospital 3 different times and was also a station on the Underground Railroad. Now, it's said that there are over 100 spirits that reside here, and none of them are evil, and they'd like to keep it that way. One spirit is a young boy on the top of the stairs that likes to escort people to their rooms on that floor. A lady in a white nightgown that likes to roam the hallways after dark as if she's checking on the guests. Also, there's an old man who just stands around staring at people. People have asked who the man is, and they explain that he's an actual ghost. He is said to show up in different areas of this bed and breakfast. He just leans against the wall with one leg propped up against the wall, and his one hand stays in his pocket. And he just stares at people. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. What's up? So yeah, that's all I have for Iowa. And then now Josh was over here on Clapper, and he is a producer. And he, if y'all know that one show that y'all have heard me say I don't care for, the Dead Files. Well, he's one of the producers of that show. And I feel bad saying that I don't care for a show that it's the girl. It's the girl I don't care for on that show. It's just there's something about her, and I won't watch the show because of her. I just don't care for it. I just don't. Anyway, he was in here on Clapper, and he's like, I produced the episode on Dead Files for that house. And I was like, no shit. He goes, I'll send you the episode. So I hope he does. I don't know what color eyes does she have. She makes these weird faces. You got black or brown hair. Dead Files is okay. So Dead Files is a guy and a girl. Now the guy is a retired NYPD detective or cop or something. And he goes in and he speaks with people. And then they have these people go in and they hide the photos. They turn the photos over, all this mess. And then she comes in and she walks through the house and tells them what she's feeling and getting and all this, right? And then they both get together and meet with the house owners at the end. I know y'all have seen this fucking show, and it never fails. This brunette girl always finds something evil in the house. Oh, it's about like this, kind of. She makes the weirdest faces. But she has these people draw out these weird monster things. Well, this is what I saw under your bed. And I'm like, and they'll be talking and the camera will go over on her and she's over there going like what the fuck is this bitch? You don't fucking do. So, and the New York PD guy is talking to the owners, and they sit there and they claim that they do not speak at all before until after. They don't. She's told when to show up, and he goes and meets, and they do not talk about anything before. But then he'll be at and it'll bounce back and forth. It'll go back to where he's talking to the owner, and the owner will say something off the wall that you've never heard, stupid words, and the New York PD guy repeats what he says, and then it'll bounce over to her walking through the house, and she uses the exact same word. Like, you can't tell me that she don't have a thing in her ear. And I know that sounds bad of me, and I'm just a skeptic of her. I don't know what it is. And Josh even said that he's watched it and it's real, but it's just hard. I'd have to see it in person to know that it wasn't fake. I don't know what her fucking name is. I really don't know what her name is. I don't know. I just don't care for that show. She always comes up with some crazy monster that's living under the bed, or she literally tells people, you need to move out of your house. Like, what? I can't believe you're telling them. They got to fucking move. Oh my God. Look up you can Google Dead Files and yeah. But anyway, Josh is one of the producers on that show, and I hope he's not watching. I'm sorry, Josh, if you are. Still, I'm just being honest. That's why I don't watch that show, because of her. She just makes it so fake to me. Yeah. But the next state I'm doing will be Kansas. We are moving through the states pretty quick. So I will be doing Kansas next. Now, I won't be having the podcast next Sunday because we're having it Saturday evening instead. Now, we've decided to do another sour candy challenge, my bestie Annie and I. And that Saturday, we're actually going to the Watermelon Festival up in Georgia, but it's only an hour and a half drive. So we're just going for the day. And then we decided that when we get back here, we'll eat dinner. And then we will eat some sour fucking candy. So it is, I have the bag. I didn't bring the bag in here, but it is sour cotton candy. And on the bag, it shows that it goes from weak all the way to the most strongest sour. So we will sit here and do each one of them. And yeah, so that's going to be next Saturday instead of Sunday. I should be on Wednesday night with Kansas. And yeah, so that'll be the next few. We're, like I said, I'm moving through these states pretty quick. I'm going to have to find a different kind of series to do now once I've done all the hauntings of every state. I have to find something else to do now. Anyway, I got time though. So anyway, I will be here Wednesday night. But anyway, so what else? Did you guys know anything about Iowa that I didn't mention? And if you want to see the episode, let me know of that house that if he sends me the episode, I'll do my best to try to get it forwarded to you guys. I'll try to figure out how to get it forwarded to y'all. So let me know if you'd like to watch that episode. You don't want to watch the episode of that axe house? I do. I absolutely do. I'm telling you, the Dead Files is actually still on. I can still see it on every once in a while when I see the ID channel, and I'll see Dead Files on. But I keep going because I just don't watch that show. Oh, you do? Oh, I thought you said no. Okay, so yeah, I will. Hopefully he doesn't forget and he sends me the episode. He asked me. He told me. He goes, "Do you want all my information from there?" And I'm like, "Well, no, because I'm doing it now, but I'd like to watch the episode." Even though I don't care for her, but I'll watch the episode though. I hope he sends it to me. And Spirit Stalker, I know we've emailed, but I think I have your phone number too. Yeah, I have your phone number too. I forgot. Never mind. Amy, that's what it is. That's what it is. As soon as you said Amy, it hit me. It's Amy. And yeah, that's her name. Mm-hmm. Y'all have watched the show, haven't you? You know what I'm talking about when I say she makes faces and shit, and they zoom in on her face, and she's like, "Did she really? I didn't know that. Did they fill her? Did they replace her? Like, I just, oh, it's a different girl. Does this girl come up with like monsters and shit though, like that girl did, like Amy did? Like, I can't, does she really? Oh my gosh. See, I'm already not going to like it already. That's just crazy. I'm sorry. Not every fucking spirit everywhere you go is going to look like a fucking wolf with red eyeballs. No, it's a human wolf or no, I don't believe that. They do everything they can to scare the shit out of these people. I mean, she flat out, Well, we can attempt to get rid of them, and you need to do this and this and this. But if you don't do it exactly like you're told to do it, then you need to move out of your house. I used to like Paranormal State. I don't know if I've seen that one. Now I do. What's that one show? Okay, there's another show, Destination Paranormal, and I think there's two guys and a girl. It's a guy and his sister and their best friend, and they've been friends their whole lives growing up from kids. And they travel around. They just travel. They're on a bus and they travel around. I think it's called Destination Paranormal, and I don't mind that show at all. That girl just like I would have to shove a sock in her mouth. I'd be like, "You need to quit your fucking screaming, girl." You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm a ghost hunter. I know. I'll scream every once in a while if something gets me. But Ryan Bueller turned out to rip. Who? Who's Ryan Bueller? I don't know who that is. We're all like waiting for Spirit Stalker. Oh, Jack Osborne has. Oh, I like Osborne's show. Yeah, he goes and he travels with that other girl with brown hair. Paranormal State guy. I got you. I got you. I don't know if I've ever seen Paranormal State. I really stopped watching the ID channel. I'll be honest with you. I don't really watch the ID channel, especially if paranormal caught on cameras on. I don't watch that. Oh, I do. I don't know if Jack Osborne's show is still on. He was starting to ghost hunt. What in the hell's the name of his show? I like Jack Osborne. And then he had to, with his parents about he's trying to make them believe in it's called the Osbournes, I think. There where he shows them like aliens and finds out their believometer, and I'll rate it a 3, and oh no, I don't believe that. And he tries to convince his Aussie to believe in the paranormal. And that I like that show too. I like his show. I wish I had that much money. I'd be able to afford my own show. Shit. But I tell you what, I'm gonna need to ghost hunt soon because I'm really having withdrawals. Like I'm I feel like I'm having withdrawals. Like I'm getting the itch. Like I really need to go and ghost hunt somewhere. I don't care if Tina comes over or somebody calls me and says, "Hey, I just found a crazy cemetery. Let's go. Let's go." I am ready to go. But Jack Osborne was ghost hunting with that other brunette girl. Excuse me. But I don't know if he's still doing that now because of the Osborne show with that one. So I don't know if he's still doing it. I guess I could Google that. But anyway, I'll start ghost hunting again soon. I've been so busy with the barn and just trying to get everything done. I still got one pig that wants to be a little booty and not go in. And I'm honestly, because with rescue, whether it be dogs, pigs, horses, it don't matter. You don't know their past. And it's sometimes it's hard. You don't know how old they are. I just happened to luck out with Trooper because it was Alachua County Animal Control that contacted Pigtails Rescue and was explaining to me that Trooper's owner was beating him with shovels. And I'm like, what? Yeah, apparently he hates people. He's mean. He went to auction. Nobody wanted him. And they're just going to put him down. I said, don't you fucking dare bring him to me. So he was here the next day. He scheduled and brought him here the next day. And mean old Trooper was mean. Like I couldn't even go in the pen with him. He would charge my boots and my legs. But you have to imagine, what all has he endured in his life? His prior owner would kick him and beat him with shovels. So he's scared of people. And let me tell you something. If you came here and met Trooper today, he's the most lovable fucking pig out there. Well, Screech is the most lovable pig out there. But a kid could go in there and sit next to Trooper, and Trooper's like, rub my belly. It took me almost 3 years before I could totally go in the pen with him and not feel. And now he waits for me. He runs to me. I put sunblock on him and he wiggles his butt. Oh, please keep rubbing. Please keep rubbing. The transformation. But Elvis is the one that won't go in. And I don't know Elvis's past. Elvis has been here with me at least 6 years. You would think he would trust me enough to know that I'm not going to hurt him and I'm not going to allow anything bad to happen to him. But he will not go indoors. He will not come up the steps. He will not step foot inside the door of the barn. He goes all the way until he gets to the door, and then he runs back to his pen. So every day I just try to get him a little inch further, an inch further, an inch further. And I think he's an elderly. He's an older pig. I can tell by the way he moves and walks and moves his tail. And, I can just tell that he's an older piggy. And like Lollipop is about 11. And she's 11. She just turned 11 in May. I'm going to assume that Elvis is about the same age as her. Maybe even a year older, I'd say. He's 11 or 12. So he's kind of just set in his ways, and I just don't think he's comfortable going indoors. So I'm not rushing him. I'm just taking it day by day, and I'm letting him go at his pace. And I give him treats, and I throw a strawberry and walk a little further. And then I'll throw a strawberry, and then I walk a little further. And I just try to see how far he'll follow me. And I'm just going to try to get him until he follows me all the way into his fucking stall. I don't know how long it's going to take. He's the only pig left to go in the damn barn. But I'll get him there. Other than that, that's all I've got. And also, I might, once we do the candy, I don't know, it's not going to take us a whole hour or anything to do the candy. So I figured once we were done with that, maybe we'd break out the voice box or do some dowsing rods or something like that, while Annie's right here and can help me listen. So we can do that even because we haven't done that in a while. And I figured, well, what the heck, let's break those out again. So that will be fun. I haven't read anybody's cards in a while. I guess that I might even just do on like a YouTube live or a Clapper live. And I'm told I need to start going live on TikTok again because apparently they're making some changes and stuff like that. So I don't know if I want to try to do it over there sometimes to see if it makes a fucking difference anymore. So I don't know. Well, we're still working with this TikTok thing. I don't know. But I am going to be live over here on Clapper for a little while longer. I thank you guys again so much for joining us tonight. And I'll see you guys Wednesday for Kansas. I love you. And come over to Clapper and hang out a while. I'm just going to let you can get to see the piggies. I love you guys.